There are groups that do live streaming.
I love that.
You can be
when you're shut in, you can go. I can get all those little brownie points of networking and never leave my home. But I know it's important to really get face to face, right, Scott?
It's great if you can. I mean, it really depends on what they're offering. Not every group can live stream, but it is becoming more prevalent, especially in more business-oriented events.
But it's nice to have the option. So if you can't travel to an area, at least you can see what's happening there, get sort of what's happening in the business, and keep up to date on things.
And you get your name out there.
Yeah, absolutely. So Scott, is there anything that you do in preparation for these network meetings?
Sometimes yes, but most of the time, if it's just a job search group, I'm just going to bring a notebook and take some notes on tips that the speaker might have that I find helpful. But if you're going to a big event and things like meetups, generally the people that are going to the event, you're able to get who's going. So if you know somebody that you want to meet, you could send them a note prior to kind of help the introduction process to that individual. Or you could, makes it easier to go seek them out when you're at the event. Make the most use of your meeting time. Because let's say you're at an event, you generally have maybe 15-20 minutes before and maybe 15-20 minutes, half hour, sometimes an hour after. So you really need to be efficient in your conversations to get the most out of it.
It seems like from all the network meetings that you're doing that you're getting different value out of things. So some network meetings are going to give you some foundational information, like better ways to write your resume, better ways to, identify recruiters or techniques for interviewing and things like that. So that's one. The other is to actually meet up with people that you want to meet up with, like connect into either companies or organizations that you're interested in.
Exactly. I mean, one of the neat thing about meetups is they're generally at some company. So you get to see what their environment looks like, and generally individuals from that company will be there.
And I think, Shelley, another value, which I think especially for those people who are really shy, is that this gives you time to practice, to interface with someone, dialogue, talk about yourself. You talked about earlier on the elevator speech, practicing that. And that's all part of getting yourself in the door, interviewing, getting that relationship built with recruiters and so on.
Yeah, so I guess in a way it's a precursor to, when the rubber hits the road, right? When you're really in front of somebody who could be that key stakeholder / decision maker that says, I'm going to hire Shelley because I freaking love her.
Exactly. And you never know sometimes who you're going to meet at an event.
Right. So, again, get yourself out there.
Whether you might find it painful or not, it's a necessary evil. You need to do it.
You need to do it. So thanks so much, Scott. It's been great having you here. And we are hoping to have you back for our next season.
Right. So have a great summer, Scott.
Well, thank you very much.
It was so nice to have Scott again, wasn't it, Shelley?
Mm-hmm.
Between the two episodes, we really learned how to leverage real-time networking to make those necessary connections.
Yes, we did. They both gave really great advice on how to leverage different vehicles, but both reinforced the importance of getting out there. It's a must-do. You can't be a Shelley shut-in.
No, you can't be a Shelley shut-in, definitely. And the other thing you have to remember is you can't be a Debbie Downer or a negative Nancy. You really, when you get out there, it makes a difference on how positive you are.
You must find a way to talk the talk and walk the walk, or it will come through in your networking, which is a must these days.
Absolutely. Networking is key to finding that next opportunity.
And it's really important that you remain positive, especially when meeting people face-to-face or verbally over the phone.
Right, because that negativity comes through.
Yeah. Everybody can pick up on that Debbie Downer or negative Nancy.
Absolutely. And so, Shelley, what's going to be, what are we coming next on our podcast?
On our next podcast, we'll be covering recruiters, which has changed drastically over the years.
It absolutely has. It's going to be a great episode for people to catch up if they haven't been out in the job market lately.
You're right.
So, listeners, as always, please send us your stories and feedback on anything having to do with this episode or any previous episodes. You can submit your stories and suggestions to us by going to our website, www.over50andfired.com, and click on Contact Us, or just email us at offnowwhat@gmail.com. And while you're browsing around our website, please contribute to our blog, take a look at our toolkit page, or look at those wine recommendations.
Those very important wine recommendations.
So thanks for listening.
Bye.
Bye.